Bialosky's special picnic. Bialosky woke up early. He stretched and got out of bed. He brushed his teeth, fluffed his fur, and went into his kitchen to get breakfast. Breakfast was honey, of course. Every morning I brush my teeth and fluff my fur, he said as he reached into the cupboard for a honey pot. Then I reach into the cupboard and get some honey for breakfast. He took off the top of his honey pot and sat down. I wish today could be different, he said. He stuck his spoon into the honey pot. He took the spoon out of the honey pot. It came out empty. Oh, bumblebees, cried Bialosky. Today is already different, and I don't like it. Bialosky sat and thought. He thought about his empty tummy, and he thought about the empty honey pot. Then Bialosky had an idea. I'll go to the woods and find some wild clover honey, he said, and I'll make a lovely picnic lunch to take with me. He thought some more, and then he said, and I'll ask Susie to come too. Bialosky put on his overalls and tied a bandana around his neck. Then he went back to the kitchen. Bialosky opened his cupboard and looked at the things inside. There wasn't much. There was a pile of nuts. There was a lemon. There were some crackers. And there was a picnic tablecloth. Bialosky put all those things in his picnic basket. He still needed something to hold the honey he would find. So he took his empty honey pot too. Then he set off for Susie's house. I'd love to go on a picnic, said Susie, looking at Bialosky's basket. Are you sure we'll find honey, though? A picnic isn't much of a picnic without honey, you know. Don't worry, said Bialosky. I brought some other things along. I know exactly where the honey is. So off they went through the woods. Soon they came to a little lake, and sitting on the shore was a little boat. Let's borrow this boat and row to the other side, said Bialosky. And they got in, and Bialosky started to row. When they reached the middle of the lake, Susie shouted and picked up her feet. The boat is leaking, she said. Bialosky looked down. Indeed, the boat was leaking. It was leaking a lot. Bialosky had just enough time to put the picnic basket on his head, and then the boat sank. Well, at least our picnic didn't get wet, he said as they sat drying themselves on the shore. Our food is safe. At that very moment, a long line of ants was marching out of the grass, and the ants walked right into the picnic basket. Then they walked right out the other side with all the crackers. Bialosky didn't notice. Let's start looking for some honey so we can have our picnic, he said. They looked in the big trees. They looked in the small trees. They walked farther along and looked longer, but they found no honey at all. Are you sure we're in the right woods? Asked Susie. As they walked and looked, the sky was growing darker and darker. They walked a little faster, but walking faster doesn't keep it from raining, and soon the rain came pouring down. Bialosky pulled the tablecloth out of the picnic basket and put it over their heads. They sat down under a tree and waited for the rain to stop. A little squirrel came down the tree. She quickly popped into the picnic basket and quickly popped all the nuts into her cheeks. Then she popped back out and up the tree. I'm getting hungry, Susie said at last. Why don't we eat our lunch while we're waiting for the rain to stop? We'll have honey for dessert. Good idea, said Bialosky. A lemon, Susie said when she looked into the basket. Is that all you packed for lunch? What kind of picnic is this? I packed a lot of other things, said Bialosky, peering into the basket. I can't imagine what happened to them all. Oh, this is a terrible day. Nothing has gone right since breakfast. We're wet and hungry, and now we have no food. Bialosky, said Susie, don't feel bad. Look over there. And she pointed through the trees. Bialosky looked and saw the sun peeking out from behind the clouds. The rain had stopped, and there was a rainbow in the sky. My mother always told me there's a pot of honey at the end of a rainbow, said Susie. Let's go look for it. And they followed the rainbow out of the woods, down a road, and right up to a general store with a special sign out front. The sign said, honey sale today only. They bought a big jar of honey and went outside. Susie took the lemon from the picnic basket and squeezed the lemon into 2 cups of water. She put honey to make it sweet. Then she and Bialosky sat on the porch and drank lemonade and watched the clouds drift away. This was a nice picnic after all, sighed Bialosky. Well, anyway, said Susie, smiling sweetly, it was different. The end, I guess, because that's the last page. Night, night.